Hello, everybody, and welcome to the A-Bank's Lake. I'm the A-Bank. This is a little section of video tutorials that I am doing on a website called Furvilla. If you have not seen the first two episodes already, definitely suggest that you do that. There's not a specific order to them, however, it's kind of important, I guess, that you have an account first before you, try to do stuff. And the first episode's about creating an account, so you should probably go do that. The rest of them, I guess, don't really need to be seen in order, but probably helpful. I don't know. So in the last couple of episodes, we went over things like forums and chats and town hall, what an explorer is, and how to explore if you're an explorer. So this episode, we're going to go ahead and talk about making money. Kind of a big deal. Everybody wants to know, how do I make money? I mentioned in the last episodes, there are two careers that can make you money. The warrior, which you make money by defeating bad guys, and the explorer, which you make money both by exploring and by selling the items you've explored for. So in this episode, I'm going to talk about those items, selling them, what they do, all that stuff. So you want to go into your inventory, and these are all of my items. So I have 100 slots. I currently have 11 things in my slots. Not gonna be, it's gonna be a while until I fill up, so that's kind of nice. These are all of the items that I've got, and you have different options to what you can do with them. These buttons up here are pretty important. You've got the quick stock, you've got item transfers, currency transfers, manage your stall, stables, and redeem code. From what I can tell, the redeem code is not something that is currently happening. There are no codes. Closed beta people might have codes for doing that. What I'm assuming that codes are going to be is when Furvilla goes to a convention, they'll probably hand out codes saying, yeah, you came to Anthrocon, you came and saw us, it was super cool, put in this code, you'll get a free item. But don't quote me on that. Quick stock has not been working for me. It's glitching, and I need to post on the forums about that. I just haven't gotten around to it. Item transfers are really cool. It allows you to send items that you have to other people without them actually having to buy it from you. You can also transfer currency. So, I've got 793. Say, I don't know, I want to buy a piece of art off of somebody, but I want to buy it using 1,500 fur cash. So I can transfer that to them, they draw the thing, blah, 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 blah. Just like PayPal. Woohoo. And then manage stall, which will take you to your shop front. So before we do that, I'm going to just open up one of these. This is the item. I'm opening this. This is the information about the item. So we've got the name, brass pieces, how many I've currently got, 2, what rarity it is. This is a common piece. What exactly it is. It's a raw material and a reagent. And how much it's worth if you sell it back to the site itself. So 10 fur cash. We've also got what it is, just kind of a little blurb about it. Usually those are fun, so it's always kind of fun to read those. And then here is where you kind of decide what you're doing with how many. So you can do something with 0, 1, or 2, because I've got 2. So move to stall. That'll take it to your shop. Transfer is another way to get back to that transfer to another villager page. Sell back, which will sell it to the site itself. And discard, which will literally just throw it in the dumpster. I don't know why you would ever discard something when you could just sell it back. Like, you might as well get the money for it, but who knows? So I'm going to go ahead and move these to the stall just so that I can show you what's in the stall. So right now I'm not super excited with the stall itself. In other pet sites that I've been on, selling items to other users is a really, really big thing. However, because the site is brand new and things are still kind of getting balanced and figured out, the stalls are a little bit meh. So if you may recall, brass pieces are worth $10 if I sell it to the site. So you don't really want to put the brass pieces for anything less than $10 in your shop because you're losing money. If you could sell it for 10 to the site, why put it in your shop for 5? If you put it in for too much, nobody's going to buy it because it's going to be way too much money and they'll probably be able to buy it cheaper elsewhere. So something that I would suggest doing is figuring out, okay, what you want to sell. So brass pieces. I know it's worth 10 if I sell it to the shop, but how much are other people selling it for? So you can go in here to the search and find the item. Brass. Cool. There's a user named Brass. Cool. There's a villager named Brass. Cool. There's an item named Brass Pieces. That's the one I want. So I'm going to pull up the brass pieces. It kind of gives me all that information again, rarity, what village it comes from, what it is. So I'm going to go ahead and search for brass pieces installs. So in other user shops. I'm going to come down here and I can see everybody that's selling it in their shop and how much they're selling it for. Oh my goodness. So all of these people that are selling it for 1 and 2 and 5, they're losing money on this. Right now, some people don't really care, or I don't know, maybe they don't know that you can sell it back and how much it's worth, and maybe they don't know that they're losing money, but, sucks for them. So one thing that I won't necessarily condone because I might want to do it later, but that I've definitely done to make money on other sites is purchased all of these ones that are for sale for less than the sellback price, and then you sell them back. So for this one, maybe it's not as, good because you'll buy this for 9 and sell it for 10. You're only making $1, woohoo. But for this one here, that's $1, you'll make $9 off of it. So, that's kind of nice. So, you'll look in here. Something else that you can do that I have also done on sites is, depending on how much money you have, you purchase all of these ones, all of the 11s, and then you put it for 10. And then people have no choice but to go and buy it from you. And that's great if there's a huge gap. So, say that, somebody was selling this for 400 and then there were like 2 people selling it for 20. And you're like, what the heck? So you go and you buy the 2 that are selling it for 20 and then you put it for like 350 and then you make a ton of money. Anyway, don't follow that advice. That's my think go away. So that's how you sell in your user shop. I will note right here, so you've got the picture, you've got the name, you've got how many are in here, you've got the price that you want to sell it for, whether or not you're selling it for cash or for dollars, which I'll get to at the end, and remove this big scary red X. Dear God, please, dear God, don't push that button. I learned the hard way that remove does not mean remove it from your shop and put it back into your inventory. It means remove it from the game. You no longer own this item. I did that thinking that it would go back to the inventory, and it didn't. So if you don't want something in your inventory anymore, you're going to go to 0, and then you're going to go to update stock. And that'll send it back into your inventory and take it out of your stall. Well, I just lost that opportunity, but it did say down here, items that say 0 value will not show up. So unless you change the price of the item and hit update, it's not going to show up in your stall if somebody goes to it from the outside. You also have your stall size. So you start with 5 slots and you can buy more slots. So I have purchased 2 chunks and I now have 15 slots. So I do also want to just kind of tell you guys, because this is something I think is really, really cool. It's slots per individual item. So for example, 11 out of 100. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, that's weird. But I've got 10. So each one of these, I've got 4 unusual pineapple seeds. That still only counts as 1 because it's 1 item. It doesn't take up 4 slots. Same goes for the stall. So that's super cool. So I'm going to go ahead and just sell all of these that I don't want anymore because right now I am not going to be making any money by putting them into my shop. So instead, I am just going to sell them back to the website itself. Make a little extra cash. Go me. Should have just waited because in like 18 minutes I'm going to do that all again. But oh, no. Oops. So I'll show you guys right now. I'm going to transfer items. My is also playing, and he one of his villagers is an herbalist. So right now I'm sending him all of my seeds, and he's sending me all of the stuff afterwards, because then my alchemist can use it. So I'm going to go ahead and transfer. Something that's really important when you're transferring is knowing the ID number of the people that you're transferring to. This is something I talked about in the first episode about referrals. In order to find your user ID number, you want to click on your account to go to your account page, your profile. Goodness. And then you go up to your URL, and your ID are these last digits. It should be 4 digits, at least for a little while. I don't know if we've got up to 10,000 users or not. So those digits right there, that's your user ID. You need this in order to refer people. You need this in order to send items and that kind of stuff. So I am sending to 8515. That's my mate's account. That's what I'm sending him. I'm sending him to. And then there's the description, optional. I bought art from you, and I'm giving you this as a tip, whatever. So I'm going to send it to him. Oh no, you want to make sure, this is pretty much the same thing. You're just confirming the transfer. And something that I think is really, really important is that you double check that you are actually, in fact, sending it to the right person. I tried to have him send something to me, but I accidentally texted him the wrong number, and he almost sent it to somebody else. So, I mean, not a big deal at this point, but if you're like transferring 5,000 gold to people, or if you're transferring $4 to people, it's kind of important that you make sure that you're sending it to the right person. Could not create transfer. That's because I stopped it. Oops. So if you're getting a transfer, you're going to go ahead and go to the transfer page. So in order to get there from your inventory, you click this little button here, item transfer. And it'll say all of the things that I've gotten from other people. You want to see outgoing transfers, you click on the button that says outgoing transfers. If you are getting a transfer, if you have a pending transfer from somebody, you'll get a notification. It'll go take you to this, and it'll look just like this, except it'll say accept or deny. And you want to hit accept, and then both of you will get a notification saying the item went through. So something that's also kind of neat, because this is being transferred, it currently doesn't take up a slot in anybody's stuff. Oh no, it totally does. It still takes up a slot in mine. That's why it was 11 instead of 10. Because I was sending him these mandrake seeds. So, just kidding. Ignore what I was about to say. So there's that. That's how you make money. I think that's pretty much everything. This site is not a money per post on the forums page. So it's great. Post on the forums, have a lot of fun, but you're not actually making any money by doing it. So just keep that in mind. And I do want to just really quickly, at the end of this episode, I want to talk to you guys about the currencies. So Furvilla has 2 different kinds of currencies. The first one is Fur Cash. This is the one that you make by doing stuff on the site. I talked about all that. The next one is Fur Dollars, and this is the premium monies, and this is the one that you have to pay for using real-life human dollars. So in order to buy those, if you are interested, click on the number that's next to the happy little fur dollar. It will be 0 for you if you have not purchased any, just so you know. You do not start with any fur dollars. Then you go in here, you can pay with PayPal or Stripe. Pick which one you want. The more you pay, the more of a deal you're getting, the more you're getting for free. So it's roughly 1 a penny. So, if I want to spend $50, buy this, if I were to buy $50 worth individually over time, I would be getting $5,000. If I were to buy $50 worth right now, I'd be getting $5,500. So I'm getting $500 for free. Yeah. If you really love Furvilla that much, go for it. It's exciting. So that's pretty much that. I will go over what exactly fur dollars are used for and why you want them in a little bit. So yeah, for now that is the episode 3 of my Furvilla tutorial walkthrough, And I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you have any questions about anything specific, please feel free to post in the comments or find me on Furvilla. Now that you have my user ID, you can do that. And if you have any questions or comments about things that I said in this video specifically, also again, send me a message, post here. Yeah. Cool. That's episode 3. I will see you guys next time.